Hey guys, first of all, I'd like to say it's good to be back. Second of all, I would like to apologize for my absence. I was just, there's been a ton of stuff, and I'm not going to get into it, specifics, whatnot, but the point is, I'm back. It was a bit of a trying day today, and so today we're going to talk about Game of Thrones episode 1 and 2. I know we're like 3 or 4 episodes in already, but we're going to talk about episodes 1 and 2 primarily today. And before I start, I would just like to say, throw in a bit of wisdom for some people. If you want something done right, and you know this is an old adage, if you want something done right, you've got to do it yourself. If you want something done right, you've got to do it yourself. Because if nobody else is going to do it the right way, then the only one who can do it the right way is you. So if you want something done right, you got to take care of business yourself. Especially when it comes to money, finances, things like that. Anyway, let's jump right into Game of Thrones. Now, let's jump into episode 1 first. This video is going to primarily focus on episode 1. Now, let's talk about Jon Snow, because that's huge. He is the true heir and ruler to the Iron Throne. Now, I have a feeling that Cersei might take the Iron Throne and beat them all, or maybe Khaleesi or Jaime, because we know at this point most of the good characters, except for the Stark children, are dead. I quite am enjoying. I enjoyed both episode 1 and 2. What I've seen, I'm actually about to get the box set next Tuesday. I'm just waiting for that from a friend of mine who, you know, if you're watching this video, Sean, thank you. Make a shout out to Sean. And also Lisa. Lisa, I had an awesome day with you. If you watch this video on YouTube, I just want to say thanks for an awesome day. And yeah, so having watched episode 2, it looks like we're getting close to the Battle of Winterfell with the White Walkers and also the Night King, which in the beginning I wasn't so interested in the Night King. And apparently the beauty of episode 3 is that this little girl was able to defeat the Night King and all the 7 kingdoms. I'm also interested to see what will happen with Jon, who is also played by Kit Harington. But it'll be interesting to see who actually gets the Iron Throne, considering that is the entire premise of the series. I think it's shaping up to be an interesting season. The fact that Jon Snow is heir to the Iron Throne and all the 7 kingdoms, it's interesting. Having watched season 1 and believing what we were believing, that he was a bastard in the Stark family, it was definitely a surprise to learn that everything that we had learned was all untrue. So with that, it should be a rest of an interesting season. I'm looking forward to seeing episode 3. And by the time I go back, episode 4 probably. Yeah. And I'm also going to get the box set as well, with season 7. So that'll be a nice recap. But that's a lot of television to get through. 7 seasons worth. So do the math. That's a whole lot of television. But it's a series that I love. And it's very, very popular to watch. I mean, it's the most popular show on television. It's HBO, so it's no holds barred. I mean, I don't have to explain this to true Game of Thrones fans. You know, George R. R. Martin was called the American Tolkien, so, and Tolkien was a British writer who was also very famous, and C.S. Lewis, and so on and so forth, J.K. Rowling. List goes on. So guys, if you like this video, I'm going to be doing more Game of Thrones content as well as we roll along. I know there are a couple episodes that are going to be 2-3 hours long because it's the finale and they want to tie up all the loose ends, and it's either going to make people extremely happy or it's going to piss people off. Either way, time will tell and we'll see what happens. I personally hope Cersei dies and Jon gets the Iron Throne, because it seems like that's where we're heading to, but only time will tell. Guys, do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, comment, all that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.